Understand why girls say, I gotta wait for after the holidays to want to get my body right because I'm gonna eat. Like, it's like you're making the decision to destroy your body only to work harder. The Next Door Podcast. Welcome back to the Next Door Podcast. I am Bestie Next Door, and I'm like your bestie next door. If you like your tea to be extra, extra sweet, then this place is not for you. Because we like our tea to be sweet and bitter. Sweet enough that it goes down, bitter enough to wake us up. Guys, first of all, do you see these glasses? They're non-prescription. I just felt like I wanted to be a little sophisticated for today's episode. I just want to give the girlies, give the girls a new look, with these glasses. I feel like I look really cute and, just demure, very mindful, very, it just gave. I don't know. I just saw this in the supermarket and I was like, yo, I need to get these glasses. Like, I have the perfect outfit that will go really well with this glasses. And usually I'm the type of person that when I shop, I don't usually shop at once. Like how I always tell you guys, like when you're trying to build a collection of quality stuff, like you don't need to do one big shopping because it may be too expensive, right? It's always good to pick up little accessories here and there. One day you pick up this accessory. You don't know when you're going to use it and you don't know how you're going to match it, but later on it's going to make sense, right? So these clips I had bought maybe 2 weeks ago. I didn't know where I was going to wear it. I didn't know how I was going to wear it. I didn't even have an outfit in mind. But just look at it now. The clips and the glasses. And then it just makes sense. Now, you guys know, I told you guys I'm not drinking until I get to my goal weight. So we have water. And before we even get into today's topic, I just want to tell you guys this. Drinking a lot of water really does help with weight loss. And when you have one of these type of Stanley cups, it does help you drink a lot of water because I find myself drinking water more frequently without even realizing that I'm drinking a lot of water. This is my second fill up. And I have strawberries inside and lemon just to give the water more taste and also to help with my digestion and also help with curbing all those little side hungers and that sugar craving. So highly recommend. You don't have to get a Stanley. You can just get an imitation because this is not a Stanley. This is just an imitation, that has the same functions, but this will help you drink a lot of water. Now, on today's episode, we're talking about how to be that girl, how to get rid of toxic habits, and how to properly prepare for 2025. I think it's really, really important that we talk about these things because, we are getting into the holidays now. So it really makes sense for us to talk about these things now. Without further ado, first sip. This is good. I told you guys on my previous episodes that I always felt like I needed a bestie cocktail in order for my episodes to be lit. But I just discovered that I actually don't even need a bestie cocktail for me to be lit. I'm just me. I'm just me. When you come to that realization that alcohol is just a bonus. So now I'm starting to have the relationship with alcohol is not how it used to be, whereas every episode I want to have a cocktail because I feel like it's needed. Now I don't really feel like it's needed anymore. I'm actually getting really used to the water, and of course I'm still gonna have my cocktails. I'm not perfect. Yeah, I'm still gonna have my cocktails, but once you start seeing, oh, bestie, you slimming up, it's coming in. But before we talk about the good things on how to become that girl, let's talk about getting rid of toxic habits, because I feel like a lot of people do have toxic habits without realizing they have toxic habits. And I feel like some people really want to get rid of it, but they don't know how. The first step in getting rid of your toxic habit is identifying your triggers. Now, I want to give you an example so you can understand identifying your triggers. Let's say you are a stress eater, right? You're the type of person that when you're under stress or when you're emotional or maybe when you're on your period, you like to indulge in a lot of unhealthy foods. Because you're indulging in unhealthy foods, it's going to cause you to gain weight, right? It's going to trigger other things. Like you're going to gain weight, your skin is not going to look too good. Now you're going to be feeling insecure. So it's going to trigger a lot of different things. So once you identify that you are a stress eater or you are an emotional eater, you have to make sure you clear all the unhealthy things that's in your house. You can't have Doritos in your house. You can't have Lay's chips in your house. You cannot have any unhealthy snacks in your house. Because why? It's going to cause you to gain weight, which is going to cause you to be insecure about your face, your body, and everything. And it's like a trickle effect. Toxic habits is not just one, it also trickles into other things as well, right? So now because you identify that, okay, when I'm emotional, when I'm stressed, or when I'm just bored, I like to eat, I like to snack a lot, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make the decision You have to make a conscious decision that, you know what, I'm not going to buy any junk in the house. I'm not going to buy any junk in the house anymore. I'm going to make sure I have more vegetables, more apples, because you can snack on celery with peanut butter. You can snack on apples. There are also healthy snack options as well. Like, for example, I'm a big snacker. Because I'm on a diet right now and I'm trying to get to my goal weight, I'm making the conscious effort to not overeat on the healthy snacks, because you can't overeat on healthy snacks too, right? Everything is all about calorie intake, and just to pivot into like weight loss. A lot of people think that they need Ozempic, semaglutide, all these weight loss drugs, but they're actually taking your money realistically, because if you just put yourself in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. There's no way, like it's just common math. Low calories, you'll lose weight. The reason why some of you add a lot of weight is because you're eating too much. You're putting too much energy in your body, more than your body needs, and you're not moving your body around enough. But we're going to talk about that when it comes to becoming that girl. I just want to touch that. So the first step in getting rid of a toxic habit is identifying your triggers, because when you identify your triggers, which leads into the second step, you can now make conscious decisions on how you're going to better handle your triggers, which will eventually get rid of those toxic habits. It takes about 21 to 28 days to get rid of a habit. So once you make the conscious effort to stop your toxic habits, it's going to stop. Some of you may be addicted to vape. What makes you addicted to vape? What makes you addicted to smoking weed? When you can identify sometimes I used to be a weed smoker. This is like years ago. I used to be a heavy weed smoker. And what made me want to smoke weed a lot? Because I felt like, it makes me think better, or it makes me calm down, makes me mellow. Why do I need a substance to make me mellow? I should be able to control myself and make myself mellow. So it all trickles into different things. And when I was smoking weed a lot, I noticed I started getting dark under eyes. Like under my eyes was very dark. My lips started looking black, and vape too is not good either. People think vape is a healthier option, but it's not. So identify your triggers. Identify what makes you do the toxic habit. When you can identify that, then you start to realize, okay, do I really need it? For example, even me telling you guys about me not wanting to drink my bestie cocktails until I get to my goal weight. I identified that the only time I drink is when I'm doing episodes. So I'm basically having a cocktail at least twice or 3 times a week. And that's a toxic habit. That's contributing to my weight gain. You get what I'm saying? It's contributing to me not getting to my goal weight, because I used to also drink on live. It's contributing to my weight. And one thing about me, I care about my body. I put my body above anything. I treat my body the best. So once I start seeing that the alcohol and the Red Bull is starting to, affect my weight, then I was like, I need to take a step back from alcohol for a little bit. Now, when I do decide to start drinking again, when I get to my goal weight, instead of me, drinking every episode, how about I just drink maybe once in a blue, or every episode I need a bestie cocktail, or I need a wine, no. We got to be healthy. So I practice what I preach. So that's why I'm telling you guys to identify your triggers. When you identify your triggers, then you start to understand yourself better. And, when it comes to toxic habits, you need to know that you're being toxic. Like, you need to identify, like, I'm toxic. Like, this is actually a toxic habit. I should not feel like I need to vape every single time I'm upset, or I need to mellow myself out. I shouldn't feel like I need to every second. You know what I'm saying? So, just when you identify, then you can make the conscious effort to change those toxic habits. And we're getting into a new year. So if you want a better year, you need to change your habits now, right? You can't walk into the new year and say, okay, well, I'm going to wait till 2025 before I stop smoking weed. No, I'm going to wait till 2025 till I start losing weight. No, you need to implement it now while we're in Q4. So you're walking into 2025 already with the good habits. I think a lot of people misunderstand that when it comes to setting goals and getting rid of habits. They like to wait to the new year to want to start afresh. No, you shouldn't wait for the new year to start afresh. You should be walking into the new year with those habits. You get it? Hello. I also want to say this too. If you slip up, have some grace with yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you have a slip up, but just know that you slipped up. Like, okay, I messed up today. I got to start afresh tomorrow. Sometimes we tend to be hard on ourselves, and I tend to be hard on myself as well. So even though you may have a slip up, just be like, make the conscious note in your head, like, okay, I slipped up today. Tomorrow, I'm going to make sure that when I get upset, I'm not going to go smoke weed, or I'm not going to go vape. Okay, I slipped up today by eating a big bag of Doritos because I was upset. All right, tomorrow when I'm upset, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to chew ice. Something as simple as that. I'm going to chew ice. Because most of the times when it comes to snacking, right? All of us, we just like the crunch sound. We just want that. that crunchy sound. So if you can find something that's more healthier, low calories, that can substitute that crunch sound, then you're good to go, right? Another thing too, and I also want you guys to understand when it comes to gossip, because gossip is another toxic trait that a lot of women don't realize that they have. You don't need to pick up the phone and call your friend in every single situation. A lot of you spend so much time on the phone gossiping with your friend, like, yeah, girl, this is what happened to me today. Oh my God, you can't believe this. The time that you're using talking on the phone with your friend is the time you can use to actually solve the problem. Yeah. You can solve the problem. So I need you guys to understand that you need to spend less time talking and more time making action. Yeah. More time taking action and less talking. Because some of you are just be on the phone like, yeah, girl, the economy is so hard, or the economy is so bad. And girl, yeah, this guy, he did me like this, he did me like that. The time you're using to talk on the phone about your situation is the time you can use to better your situation. And you guys got to understand that. And I'm not saying that, you can't gossip here and there, but there's a time and place for everything. There's no reason why you're gossiping Monday to Friday, because there's so many productive things you could have did. You could have bought a course. You could have, looked up some information for you to start your business. You could have, it's like, gossiping on the phone with your friends take up so much time. And a lot of times when we women gossip on the phone, we don't even end up talking about anything productive. We talk about something productive for like 2 seconds, and then we be like, oh yeah, he did this. Oh, we start talking about men. This girl did this. This was and then by the time you get off the phone, you're tired. You don't even want to do anything, because gossiping takes a lot of energy. So that's how, when some of you be like, oh, I don't have time. I said, yeah, you do have time. Yeah. You do have time. If you spend less time gossiping about your problems, then you would have more time to fix your problems. Can I get an amen? Amen. Hello. Now, let's move into becoming that girl, because, everybody wants to becoming that girl is just becoming that girl. Like, you guys can see the level up. Like, you guys see, I was looking crazy in the beginning of the year because I had a huge loss. I added a lot of weight. Like, you guys see the transition of how I'm becoming, right? Before, I used to wear a lot of makeup. I felt like I had to hide. I don't know why. I just felt like I had to wear a lot of makeup. And it's not like I wore a lot of makeup, but my makeup was kind of heavy, Now you see me wearing less makeup. You see me being more comfortable in my skin. Being that girl starts from within. You have to be at peace with who you are within. And I think that's the step a lot of people miss. You cannot be comparing your journey to anybody else. You can't be comparing yourself. You can't be, so focused on what's happening outside. I always say this in my life, I don't care about what I don't care what's happening in the economy. I don't care what's happening in the world, because everything that's happening in the world is low vibrational. I choose to tune in to high frequency. So because I choose to tune into high frequency, my energy is not low. I'm sure most of you, your energy is probably low because you're consuming too much toxic shit, like too much toxic content, too much toxic news. There's so many things to be thankful for, like opening your eyes and waking up in the morning. That's something to be thankful for. Having 2 legs, having a mouth, being able to see. I think most people take those things for granted, and you gotta start showing more gratitude. Show gratitude for the things you already have. And when you show gratitude for things you already have, you're attracting more things to be thankful for. But when you're so busy, like, oh, I don't have that new bag that I saw that girl on Instagram have. Oh, I don't have this that this girl has. It's like you're confusing the good fortune and allowing it to miss your bus stop. Yeah. You're allowing it to miss your bus stop. So start showing more gratitude. Start celebrating people. Like, oh my gosh, she look good. Like, oh, she look good. Like, I can't wait till I get to that. Because remember, what you see today is the result of someone taking themselves serious and making the conscious decision to want to be different. You get what I'm saying? First thing we got to address is the mindset. The second thing is drinking a lot of water. You guys see I got my chug of water here. Listen, some of you, your brains is fogged because you're not drinking enough water. Your brain is thirsty. Yeah. Your brain is dehydrated. You're sitting there, you give Starbucks all your money. You're drinking all the soda in the world. You're drinking Coke, Pepsi, juice. Your brain is fogged because you're not drinking enough water. You can't think straight because you're not drinking enough water. Your kitty cat smells funny because you're not drinking enough water. If you go to the bathroom and you pee and your pee is strong, you're not drinking enough water. And I'm not going to make it seem like, oh, that didn't happen to me before. I had a period where I was like, damn, like I'm peeing, my pee smells strong. And I'm like, damn, I'm dehydrated. And you know you're dehydrated when your pee is strong. Your urine is dark yellow, you know you're dehydrated. Drinking water really does help with your skin. It helps with your thoughts, and also helps with curbing hunger. It really does. Like, you know, people be like, oh, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. And you're like, all right, I get it. It sounds so cliche. But drinking water is a part of being that girl, because you need to have good skin, body. You want to make sure you have good bowel movement. And that brings me into the next thing. A lot of you are stuffing food on top of food and wonder why you're not slim. That's why your back is so big. Some of you open your mouth and you're saying hi, and your breath smells like yesterday's meal and morning. You didn't even give your body time to break down last night's meal. This is why water is so important, because water helps you push out all the toxins in your body. You're toxic in your mind because you're toxic in your gut. If your gut is not healthy, your brain is not going to be healthy. You're going to be lazy. You're going to always be negative. If you find yourself being lazy, negative, always being pessimistic, you're pessimistic, it's your food. Your gut health has a lot to do with your mental health. Yeah. Your gut health has a lot to do with your mental health. So drinking a lot of water really does help clear out your gut. Any toxin, anything that you maybe be eating, it cleans it out. And I also discovered, let me tell you guys, that the more water I drink, the more weight I lose. And because before I was in a calorie deficit, right? But I still was like plateauing. I really wasn't losing. I'm like, why am I not losing? And then when I drank 2 liters of water, all the weight that I was like, oh, I'm not losing, I lost like 2-3 pounds because I was peeing. So drinking a lot of water does help with weight loss, because the fat needs where to escape, right? Only way to drop those extra pounds is by feeding your body water so it can push out everything. So water is very important when it comes to being that girl. The second thing in becoming that girl is being mindful of the content you consume. When your subconscious mind and conscious mind are on the same page, it's very easy for you to emulate that girl, right? If you are consuming so much negative content, so much like hateful content, so much like content that makes you feel jealous, it's going to be very hard for you to transform yourself into that girl, because you're not focusing on your road. It's almost like driving a car. If you're driving a car and you're too busy looking at the other driver, too busy looking at the other driver, you're going to end up crashing, and it's going to take you longer to get to your destination. Destination meaning your goals. So be very mindful of the content you consume. And I also realized that too. Let me give you guys an example. I was scrolling on TikTok, right, in bed. I was scrolling on TikTok, and I had stopped on a mukbang video. And I didn't realize I had fell asleep. I just fell asleep. Tell me why. Middle of the night, I literally just went to the kitchen and started eating. Yeah. I literally went to the kitchen and started eating just because I was watching a mukbang video at night, and I fell asleep, and it was like in my subconscious mind, hearing the chewing, and I'm like, when I woke up in the morning, I was like, why did I go eat last night? I wasn't even hungry. And then I was like, oh, it was that video I watched. It let me know how powerful the subconscious mind is. That's why they usually say when you're trying to manifest things, listen to certain frequencies on YouTube, like have a frequency playing in the background. Now I see why they say that. And I can testify that content and the things you listen to before you go to bed and while you're going to bed does play a role in your conscious mind. So be very mindful of what the content you consume, because the content you consume can really be stopping you from reaching your destination. I'm going to tell you this. You don't need to be watching any content that's going to make you feel jealous or make you feel like you're not doing the right things at your age. The moment you start feeling like, damn, I'm this age and I don't even got this, I don't unfollow. The next thing in becoming that girl is obviously body. Talking about weight is very uncomfortable. It's even uncomfortable for me. But in being that girl, your look, your physical physique matters a lot. I don't care what nobody say. There's no way you're going to be that girl without having that proper physique. It's not about being the skinniest. It's about being the fittest and looking the best for your frame. There's a certain look that I have that may not look good on you, and there's a certain look that you may have that may not look good on me. Like, physique matters a lot, the way you look, because the way you look is going to get you in the door. People will treat you different based on the way you look. If you're a big back girl, the way they treat you is not going to be the same as a girl who's fit, as a girl who has a nice physique. You know, you can tell she's well disciplined. Even the opportunities are a bit different. Let's not lie to ourselves. People are very mean to big back girls. They are very mean. The comments are very hateful. They're very mean. But as opposed to a girl that has a nice body, it's always body tea. Oh, you look good. It's a whole lot of praising. In order to be that girl, and this also goes into preparing for 2025, in order to be that girl, you need to start now. As you're watching this episode or you're listening to this episode, you got to start now. Stop waiting for, I'm going to wait for after the holidays because I'm going to eat for Thanksgiving. First of all, Let's clock this. There's no reason why your Thanksgiving plate is overflowing. Eat a little and go back for seconds. The food is not running. Some of you be packing the big turkey, packing all the food on one plate. Like the food has legs and it's going to run. The only where it's going to run to is that back. Take small quantities and go back for seconds. They didn't say you can't go back for seconds, but there's no reason why you're piling your plate to the point where your plate is falling over, to the point where you eat in one sitting, now you're tired, you can't even think straight, you can't even move, you house hopping. It's not that serious. Like, I never understood why people, and I used to be that type of girl too, that used to take food very serious. Like, oh, Thanksgiving, we got to go to this person's house. We got to go to, like, people treat Thanksgiving like it's trick or treat. The food you eat on Thanksgiving, you can always eat at any given time. And that's why I never understand why girls say, I got to wait for after the holidays to want to get my body right because I'm going to eat. Like, it's like you're making the decision to destroy your body only to work harder. If you start dieting now, if you start implementing little habits now, like, you know what? Okay, Thanksgiving, I'm not going to eat too much. I'm going to make sure I have a small plate, and just put a little bit of food on it and just, taste the food. And if I want seconds, no problem. I can always have my seconds tomorrow. Make the effort. Your body matters. Intermittent fasting is very, very important. Breakfast is supposed to be when you break your fast. So 16 hours with no food, then you can have your breakfast. You got to stop eating too late. You cannot say my last meal is at 10 p.m. and then you like, oh yeah, I need to have some breakfast because breakfast is what's going to get my brain flowing. No, this is why you stuffy. This is why you're breathing so hard when you go up 2 flights of stairs. Because your body didn't even get time to process the food you ate at 11 p.m. Now you're sitting there saying, oh yeah, I need breakfast. I need to have pancakes, eggs, and turkey bacon. That shit is a lot of calories. We got to talk about the gluttony that's going on in America. The gluttony in America is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Pancakes, eggs, turkey bacon. You already, in that one sitting alone, you already had your whole day worth of calories. You should not be having 1,000 calories for breakfast and then you say, okay, I want a sandwich for lunch and then I want to have spaghetti for dinner. That's why you're adding weight. This is why you're not losing weight. Let's start understanding that in order to be that girl, it requires a lot of discipline and you need to have a healthy relationship with food. As I'm telling you guys this, I'm also learning this as well. So this is not, I'm not pointing the finger. I'm also like telling you guys that I'm also learning that have a healthy relationship with food. My problem with food is not meals itself. It's just snacking. I snack a lot. That's just my problem. So I'm also trying to have a healthy habit with snacking. Like, okay, my snacks are not running. I can have a snack today and tomorrow I can eat the snack again. You get what I'm saying? So your physique is very important when it comes to being that girl. The next thing is exercising. Exercising is so important. Like even if you just go for a walk or you register for the gym or you register for some classes, you guys got to take exercising very serious because the older you get, the better you look. Don't be the girl that's just sitting around and when it's time to ride some D, she can't ride because she's like, oh damn, my bones is cracking. All of a sudden you hear crack, 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 crack because you don't move the body around, right? Go for a walk. Walking and exercising does help your mindset. It does help your mental health. When you're working all the time and when you're trying to achieve goals, you need some type of clarity. And for me, exercising works and you need to find what works for you. I know for some people, gym may be boring. Gym is boring to me. Like after I get the treadmill, I'll be like, all right, what to do next? All right, legs. Okay, cool. I finally found something that works for me. And you got to find an exercise that works for you, whether it be walking, whether it be dancing, whether it be kickboxing. Find something that gets your body moving so you can burn those extra calories and tone up and also help your mental health. You get ideas when you're exercising. Like, I don't know about you guys, but me, when I take my dogs for walks, I do get a lot of ideas. Like I get a lot of content ideas. Exercising helps the mental health and also helps your body. Next thing in being that girl is waking up early. You know how they say the early bird gets the early worm? Exactly that. There's no reason why you have to be somewhere at 9 a.m. and you're waking up at 8 a.m. You got to rush. Now you're trying to beat time. No. If you know you got somewhere to be at 9, wake up at 6:30 or 7 so you can have time to prepare yourself mentally, pick out your clothes, listen to your favorite podcast, maybe get some exercise in. There's no reason why you have to be somewhere and you're only waking up an hour before. It don't make no sense. You wonder why you have anxiety. You wonder why you're always rushing. And usually when you rush, you always forget something. So if you know, all right, I got to be somewhere at 9 a.m., Let me wake up at least 6:30. Yeah. The next thing in becoming that girl and preparing for the new year, set goals and show gratitude. When you set goals and when you show gratitude, it's like you have a destination. I think a lot of people are just living life like, I'm going to just wing it out. You can't wing it out when it comes to your life. You got to be very intentional. Intentional is the word. You have to know exactly what you want to do, when you want to do it by. And if you don't seem to fall through with the timeline of when you want to do a particular thing, do not get upset. Be like, okay, maybe I have to readjust my goals. I have to readjust my structure. Because sometimes you may set a goal that may not be realistic for you at the time. Like, you probably still have a lot of self-development to do, whether it be like making more money online. You probably need to learn something else in order for you to achieve that goal, right? So just because you didn't get to that goal at that particular time, that doesn't mean you should be upset at yourself, right? You have to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm missing something. Like, I have my goal, but maybe I'm missing a step to achieve my goal. It also brings me to this point about goals. People write their goals down. They don't think about the steps they have to take in order to achieve that goal. For example, me, I talked about my weight, right? I want to lose weight. I already know the actionable steps I need to take in order for me to achieve my weight goal, which would be calorie deficits, making sure I move my body around a lot. So when you're setting out a goal for yourself, make sure as you write the goal, put another line under and write down the steps you're going to have to take in order for you to achieve that goal. Even if it's a financial goal, you may say, okay, I want to make X amount of money by X amount of time. What are you going to have to do? Is it look for other jobs? Is it invest in the course? Is it like pick up some skills? Always write down the steps you're going to need to take for you to achieve your goal. So if the goal is not met by the deadline you set out for yourself, you can readjust your steps so you can achieve that particular goal. Hello. The next thing is being very organized. Having an organized home and a clean home really does help your thinking. If your home is cluttered and everywhere is cluttered and you're disorganized, your thoughts is also going to be cluttered as well. I've learned that myself. There's no reason why your house is dirty 24/7 or your room is dirty 24/7 and the only time that you decide to clean your room is when you know company is coming over. It shouldn't be like that. I know, day-to-day activities may make your room be a little bit messy where things are out of place, but your room should not be a total wreck. Like, I'm talking about a total wreck where you got dirty clothes piling up. You got food from last night over here. Like, that alone is a sign that you need to work on your mental health, actually, to be honest. So in becoming that girl, your surroundings need to be clean. Like, you need to be organized with your body, like your skincare needs to be organized as far as like what you use for your skin, environment. And it goes into skincare too, because skincare, again, you need to have a proper skincare routine and you being that girl. You cannot be cheap when it comes to your skincare products or your personal hygiene products. You cannot be cheap when it comes to that. Your signature smell, you want to look like you smell good. You don't want to look like you smell dirty. Yeah. You don't want to look like you smell dirty all because you're cheap with your personal hygiene products. That is a budget you should not budge on. Quality products, when you're using quality products on your skin, it's going to show. For example, I buy a lot of high-end K-beauty products because I want my face skin to look good. If you're interested in like changing your skincare routine and you really want to know the right K-beauty products to use, I highly suggest you to get the Baddie Blueprint, because in the Baddie Blueprint, there is some do's and don'ts when it comes to your skin. And I'll give you one don't. One don't is using St. Ives or a hard exfoliator to exfoliate your skin. We were taught that the harder the scrub, the better it is at cleaning your pores, but actually it's wrong. It does make you have acne. So in the Baddie Blueprint, you do learn these little things, these little hacks that will help you with your skin and with your body, and also losing weight as well. Like, I have somebody that's in the program that lost about 20 pounds, and she came on my live and said, guys, get the Baddie Blueprint. I lost weight and I'm at my goal weight. Now I'm just maintaining. Like, I'm so happy. So if you girls are really interested in like holding yourself accountable and you're like, I want to lose weight, I really want to lose weight, invest in that Baddie Blueprint. Last thing I just said goes into what the next thing I'm going to say, which is self-care. Self-care is very important. Like, you got to spend time with yourself. A lot of you don't like yourself. And you expect men to like you. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. You don't like yourself, but then you expect men to like you. You got to like yourself. You got to like being around yourself. If you don't like being around yourself, how do you expect other people to want to be around you? You get to the point of enjoying your own company. You're no longer desperate for friends. You're no longer, I got to talk to somebody, or I got to find a man to text me. You're no longer doing any of that because you enjoy your own company. You enjoy your peace. And when you are at peace, again, it reflects on your skin. You have a glow. There's no better glow than when a woman's at peace. Let's clock it. Hello. The final thing that I'm going to say in becoming that girl and preparing for 2025 is your finances. We got to talk about finances. Finances is very, very important. A lot of you do not understand how the world is coming. The world is becoming very poor versus rich. I want you guys to really take advantage of the opportunities as far as digital products. And I keep telling you guys about it. And I keep talking to you guys about it. And I don't want you guys to ever feel like I'm trying to sell you something or I'm trying to push something on you. And no, it's not about that. I'm really trying to put you guys on. Because remember, before I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about digital marketing. I wasn't talking about digital products. I wasn't talking about any of that. Even though you have a job right now, your job should not be your final bus stop. Your job can get rid of you at any given second. But the skills you learn will always make you money. Like, a lot of people wait for the new year to start a new business, to invest in a course. Let's be honest. I'm not going to sell you guys any dreams. When you first start a business, you're in the learning stage. You have to learn. It's the first week or so, 2-3 weeks for you to learn. And then you have to implement what you learn. And you're going to make little mistakes. And the mistakes are going to be what teaches you how to be better. That's why I tell you, ladies, get that digital blueprint. The digital blueprint has every single thing you need. It's a one-stop shop. It includes the baddie blueprint. It has credit repair. Also get a vault of over 50 plus products for you to decide to resell once you know your niche. The beauty of it all is you can resell the 2 digital courses that's attached to the digital blueprint. Some of you may think it's an ebook. It's not an ebook. It's a compilation of courses. So instead of you having to buy one course here, buy one course here, buy one course there, it's all in one. That's what the digital blueprint is for. It's everything in one. Self-development. If you're looking for your purpose, like you don't know who you are, you want to really understand what it is you want to do in life, you want to find your niche, everything you need is in that digital blueprint. For those of you who want to start a physical business, maybe you want to start selling hair, or you want to start selling clothes, or you want to start selling nails, there is a complete vendors list in that digital blueprint. That digital blueprint is meant to be your one-stop shop. Some of you guys, you buy a vendors list from somebody because you're like, oh, I want to use the same vendor she uses, right? Now you got to buy a digital marketing course because you need to master marketing. With the digital blueprint, you're not going to need any of that. Everything is in there for you. And you get access to speak to me anytime on WhatsApp. Get into the WhatsApp community. So if you need any guidance or any extra advice, you have access to speak to me anytime. And I'm trying to build the WhatsApp community to the point where, somebody could be saying, hey, ladies, who want to go to Miami this weekend? Let's go to Miami. Sometimes the people that have known you for a long time, they may judge you on your past and who you are today. But I can't judge you. The person you may meet in the WhatsApp community, they can't judge you. They can only judge you based on who you are today, the 2.0, and who you're going to become. So it's really important for you to take advantage of these networking opportunities, invest in yourself. It's really, really important for you to invest in yourself. And I promise you, when you guys start selling these digital products and you start making those extra income, you could afford to level up more. Whatever it is you want, you can actually afford it. And you got to take that first leap of faith. I told you guys back in April or so, I invested $700 in a digital marketing course. Do I regret it? Absolutely not, because it changed my life drastically. It's so many sources of income now because I'm so open. Now I know about a virtual call center. I know about Airbnb, stocks. These are the things that you learn inside of the digital blueprint. You also learn about real estate. DBA 1 and 2. I know you guys probably have been seeing DBA go viral. DBA 1 and 2 is included in the digital blueprint. And while you're at your Pilates, you're making money. Focus on your purpose. A lot of you can't focus on your purpose because you're too consumed with your 9 to 5. And there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong. Nothing is wrong with having a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong with having a schedule, because some people really thrive off of having a schedule. Nothing is wrong with that. But knowing that, that's not your only source of income, where you don't have to walk on eggshells every little time because you're like, damn, I can't afford to lose this job. It's like a breath of fresh air where it's like, okay, I know I have my job. I have my meetings with my job at 8 to 5. Now, while I'm at work, working my fixed income, I also have residual income, because there's people that may want to get into your position. So you can actually sell a product around your career. So there's so many endless opportunities, guys. I want you guys to take advantage of these opportunities. Take advantage of these tips. Really don't stop looking at, oh my God, $350. Oh, the price. Oh, I can't afford that. Stop having a scarcity mindset. If you really want to be a millionaire and you really want to make 6 figures, then you understand you got to spend money to make money. You look at the bigger picture, because there's always a bigger picture, right? But they say your network is your net worth for a reason. Hello. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed my little glasses, because I was trying to be, sophisticated, cute, a little preppy. I was giving that like the preppy vibes today. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever audio platform you're listening from, thank you for listening. If you're watching live on YouTube, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys already know the rest. Until we meet again.